played a really good game. Offensively, we battled through some things. Did a good job in the first half. I've got to take care of business on my end for the third quarter of just giving our guys things that they can work with, and we didn't. I wasn't able to do that, and so I've got to take care of that part. But I thought Tooney, asked to play left tackle, hadn't done that since college, got out there and really battled and did a nice job against one of the best defensive ends in the game right now. So, and he battled his heart out. And then Caliendo, what a great experience that is for him to get out and get a full game in. That's going to help him down the road and us down the road. So I appreciate it. As far as any changes or any of that, we'll just see going forward how things go at that. I'm saying on the offensive line. So, and then number 30 had a forced fumble on special teams, which was tremendous. So everybody kind of got a piece of the pie. Offense scored a couple different times, and defense did some great things, and then special teams had some great things. So we just got to keep going and keep getting better as we go here. That's the important thing, and the most important thing is you win the game, right? So that's I'm not apologizing to anybody for that. So with that, time's yours.
Yeah, it's very early, but early indications are that you think Patrick will be okay here?
Well, it's not broken. That's what I can tell you. I mean, I just got off the field, so you know that. So I'm gonna just see how it goes. I mean, it'll literally be day to day as we go forward. I don't know how much swelling he has or any of that. So or what will come, from now till whenever. So.
How much of your decision to take him out was game situation versus him not being able to actually go back in?
He probably could have gone back in. He wanted to fight about it, but we've got a good support there behind him with Carson, and it was good to get him a few reps in there too, and let our guys hear that snap count in case he has to go. So.
You kind of touched on this, but in the past when you pulled him out of the game for injury reasons, he's kind of resisted. What was his reaction today?
Yeah, well,
how did that?
Yeah, he wanted to go back in, but listen, he's a tough kid, and there was no need for that. So.
Only 4 penalties today. I think only he has been top half of the league in games penalties for like 5 straight years at least. What is your philosophy on keeping those down?
Yeah, listen, that's try to work your fundamentals and technique, but that's something I don't really have control over with the officials. They do a good job and do the best they can, and it's tough. I mean, we're all seeing stuff, and they got to make the call out there. But we've been fortunate that way. So
methodology. A lot of coaches will say, we talk about it all the time, fundamentals, all that stuff. How do you actually prevent them from happening? What can you control?
Well, you try to work the fundamentals. That's we can talk about it all we want, but you got to work those. So,
Andy, you say taking care of business in the third quarter. What do you think? Was it just clock?
Yeah. Listen, I can give the guys better options there, and we'll get that taken care of. So make sure I clean that up.
I'm sorry, Coach. What was the decision to put Joe into left tackle? What led you to make that decision?
Well, the injury on the DJ, and then Joe had taken a couple snaps there last week, and I just felt comfortable. Veteran player. I scouted him as a tackle, so I knew he could get out there and battle. He's been an All-Pro at 2 other positions, so give him a chance at the tackle spot, Nate.
I don't know based on field position or down distance or how the decision was made, but you guys could maybe have Harrison kick a field goal, maybe punt it from the 39-yard line.
I wanted to. Yeah. I wanted to go. I thought we had a good play. I thought, and it was one of those deals. So I wanted to go for it and get it. We've been pretty good in those situations, but not today.
Pretty pass heavy in the third quarter, and obviously Patrick has taken a lot of hits this year in this game in particular. What's the balance of trying to get that going?
Yeah, so you've got to be able to throw the ball in this league. I mean, that's how it works. You guys were at the game. Some of our runs didn't work too well either. So we got to make sure we clean that up and get that going. That's where I can kind of give them do a better job there for them.
Andy, you may have said this right at the very start, but did you have a little dialogue with Patrick after the game? him, or did you see him specifically?
No, I did. I talked to him, yeah. Yeah,
Particularly the chair?
it was a good talk.
Okay, thanks,
All right,
Coach.
yep, thank you. Safe travels.
When the Kansas City Chiefs step on the field for a road game against the Cleveland Browns in under 2 hours, they'll have a chance to take a stranglehold on the AFC, with the Buffalo Bills facing off against the Detroit Lions and Pittsburgh Steelers facing in-state rival Philadelphia. The Chiefs could extend their lead on the conference's #1 seed to 3 games. That would likely be an insurmountable lead with just 3 more regular season games to play after this weekend. Before taking the field, the Chiefs made an unexpected decision, opting to wear their red home jerseys instead of the traditional road whites for their matchup in Cleveland. In an unusual twist, the Chiefs are wearing their red home uniform today in Cleveland against the Browns. Reporter Nate Taylor said, "Kansas City kicks off a stretch of 3 games in just 11 days today, something star quarterback Patrick Mahomes isn't thrilled about. All you can do is focus on the game and the practice that you had that day," Mahomes said, via ESPN. "I try to prepare my body all year long for this stretch by tailoring my workouts, tailoring how you practice and you prepare. The coaches do a great job of taking care of us on the practice field. We practice hard as anybody, but they know how to kind of dial it back when we need it. It is not a good feeling. I'm excited to play on Christmas to hopefully get back from what we did last year, when the Chiefs lost on the holiday to the Las Vegas Raiders. But you never want to play this many games in this short of time. It's just not great for your body. But at the end of the day, it's your job, your profession. You have to come to work and do it." Kansas City is one of 4 teams who will play 3 games in 11 days, joining the Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans, and Steelers. The Kansas City Chiefs are handling their business against the Cleveland Browns, but they're dealing with a significant situation late in the game. Patrick Mahomes was brought to the ground on a pass attempt and it appeared pretty brutal. Mahomes was tackled and then bent backwards on the second hit. He limped off the field after the play and got tape on his ankle. It was a failed 4th down conversion, so we're left waiting for the next Chiefs drive to understand his status. At the time of the injury, Mahomes had completed 19 of 38 passes for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carson Wentz is the Chiefs' backup quarterback and entered the game in his place. An injury scare involving star pass rusher Myles Garrett marred the first half of the Kansas City Chiefs' Week 15 matchup against the Cleveland Browns. With about 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Garrett went down after what seemed like an innocuous play, throwing his helmet to the ground before collapsing on the turf. Garrett was blocked by Chiefs lineman Joe Thuney and was clearly in pain after sustaining incidental contact on or around the left side of his helmet. It wasn't immediately clear what happened to Garrett. A slow-motion replay of the down didn't seem to show that Thuney had poked Garrett in the eye, and the contact to the helmet looked to be relatively minor. Patrick Mahomes rushed to Garrett's side when he saw the reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year was down on the field, and immediately urged medical personnel to tend to the veteran sackmaster after the play. Brittany Mahomes, the wife of star quarterback Patrick Mahomes, showed off a series of photos from the event where star tight end Travis Kelce was honored as the team's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Just 2 days later, Mahomes was walking into Huntington Bank Field for a game against the Cleveland Browns. Brittany, who admitted she dressed her husband with pre-game fits, did a number this week. Mahomes strolled into the stadium wearing a suit with a turtleneck and a chain underneath. While Mahomes is all business and looks ready for this afternoon's game, he's not too pleased about playing 3 games in an 11-day stretch. "All you can do is focus on the game and the practice that you had that day," Mahomes said, about the schedule, via ESPN. "I try to prepare my body all year long for this stretch by tailoring my workouts, tailoring how you practice and you prepare. The coaches do a great job of taking care of us on the practice field. We practice hard as anybody, but they know how to kind of dial it back when we need it. It is not a good feeling. I'm excited to play on Christmas to hopefully get back from what we did last year, when the Chiefs lost on the holiday to the Las Vegas Raiders, but you never want to play this many games in this short of time. It's just not great for your body. But at the end of the day, it's your job, your profession. You have to come to work and do it. The Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans and Pittsburgh Steelers are all playing 3 games in 11 days, as all will be on the field for a Christmas Day game. Travis Kelce and his teammates arrived at Huntington Bank Stadium for the start of the game between the Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns, however, after the game ended. Travis Kelce and his girlfriend Taylor Swift left Huntington Bank Field after the Chiefs' win over the Cleveland Browns. At the game, Travis Kelce inspired his teammates with a touchdown celebration dance that delighted fans. The Kansas City Chiefs visit a cold, wet and rainy Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland to take on the Browns on Sunday. At the half, Kansas City holds a 14-0 lead off 2 Cleveland turnovers. The Kansas City Chiefs visit a cold, wet and rainy Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland to take on the Browns on Sunday. At the half, Kansas City holds a 14-0 lead off 2 Cleveland turnovers. Kansas City hopes to improve to 13-1 with a win on Sunday in a homecoming of sorts for tight end Travis Kelce, who attended nearby Cleveland Heights High School. The Browns' defense held Patrick Mahomes' company to a 3-and-out on their first possession, but cornerback Chris Roland Wallace forced a fumble on punt returner James Proche. Samaj Perine jumped on the ball at the Cleveland 21-yard line, setting up a short field for Mahomes. After that, it took just 3 plays for Mahomes to find Juju Smith-Schuster in the left flat, and he dove at the pylon for the touchdown and a 7-0 lead early. Patrick Mahomes was injured against the Cleveland Browns, limping off with a left leg injury. Veteran QB Carson Wentz subbed in on the ensuing drive, leading 21-7. Mahomes was hit high and low and appeared to be sandwiched between defenders. He was later seen getting tape on his left ankle on the sideline prior to the next drive. Mahomes is currently questionable to return to the game as the Chiefs look to improve to 13-1 on the year. Before exiting with an injury, he had 159 yards, 2 touchdowns and a 50% completion percentage against Cleveland. Coming into the game, Mahomes had 3,189 yards, 20 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. This isn't the first time Mahomes was hurt this season. He had an additional ankle injury back in November. "I rolled my ankle," Mahomes told Lisa Salters of ESPN. "I rolled it last week, and when you roll it again, it never feels good.